Harry Potter? Yeah. I masturbate to Ron Weasley's wand.
Huh. Look, the American flag. Brooklyn Bridge. This looks really important. Let's check it out.
Once upon a time, there were two kick-ass ladies living in New York, singing songs and drinking margaritas.
I'm already bored. Terrible story. Boring story. Story of your smug self-satisfaction does not get me interested. But I'll continue anyway. There's your little, I like your little cell phone on the table just in case he calls. Okay.
One day, one of these kick-ass ladies had a kick-ass idea.
What if I used a different adjective than kick-ass? What do you think? Should I? No? Should I? Okay. What is on your nose? Is that margarita salt or Coke? It's Coke. You're getting coked up and coming up with ideas. Oh, well, you're not the first. You won't be the last. I get it. It's one of those Coke luncheons. Gotta get those idea juices going. Okay.
You could do anything with your talent. What would you do?
Pole dance. Hardcore pole dancing. Oh my god. Maybe you would go to the fucking orthodontist. Maybe how about that with your talents? I'm sorry, that's mean. Okay, let's roll. Let's see what's gonna come out of these mighty incisors of hers. Here we go.
I want to make comic books.
Nice.
And together, they created the greatest song in the world, known as Hex Comics.
By song, they mean comic book company or publisher or whatever. Like, they called it a song because they're weirdos. And of course, it's called Hex Comics. It looks like a tattoo that some witch, carved into the small of her back. Because that's what activists do nowadays. This is what they think is cool and subversive. It's just a bad trend. That's all. That's gonna be forgotten. Remember when all these feminists thought that they were witches and they thought it made them cool to be like Disney villains for a few years? Yeah, I do. It sucked, didn't it? Yeah. Glad it's over. Yeah, me too. That's how that's gonna go. Okay.
Oh my god, did you guys hear that?
They heard me fart. They totally heard me fart.
Traditionally, most comic books are written by men for a male audience. But these women are challenging this stereotype by telling unique stories through non-traditional voices.
Okay, that right there, their mission statement. Traditionally, men made this for men, and now we're here to fuck it up. That's the attitude. Now, it's not that them making comics as women fucks it up. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't challenge a stereotype. See, they like to say things like, we're subverting this, we're deconstructing that, we're challenging this. It's all about fighting words with them because they're so oppressed and they have to fight. Do you really think that make them sitting down and making a comic book with all of their little MacBooks on that little coffee table or that little kitchen table was them fighting oppression at all? Do you think anyone stood in their way and said, no, you can't do this, it'll disrupt the industry? No, never happened. It doesn't happen. But they like to think that they're fighters and fighting against forces bigger and more powerful than them. It gives them this smug sense of self-satisfaction and this overly inflated ego about themselves, which sadly they think is just their regular self-esteem. They think that's just normal self-esteem, to be this into yourself. And it's so unhealthy, and it makes them very fragile people. Anyway, but yeah, they see how the attitude they have is all wrong. I'm really happy that they are making comics. I think that's awesome. I think it's so cool that they formed a team and were like, we're going to make this. And they're making books. Obviously, from this shot, you can see a lot of people are making a lot of books here. That's cool, but the attitude is so wrong. And the self-satisfaction for being like, we're women and we did this, okay? We're women and we did it. It's so, I'm just so old. It's so over it. It's boring. It's not impressive at all. This we could do it too, all right? Attitude of every movie and everything girls make. and this this need to be worshipped for doing something as a woman is just so unhealthy. And most women don't do this and don't need this type of constant stroking and just do what they want. You know that, right? Women, right? Am I right? You guys do what the hell you want? Yeah, damn right you do.
With a fraction of the team.
If you've ever
Okay, I don't know what that means right there. I don't know what with a fraction of the team. They act like they're more efficient than us because they have a smaller team. Sometimes comic books that are made month to month need a larger team to get that done. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It doesn't really change anything. I mean, I guess it can make it harder to have a vision come through fully sometimes. But if you have a whole team with a good editor and and direction, you should be, and it's like pros, you guys should be fine. I don't know why them having a smaller team is that significant. A lot of comic books have smaller teams, and they do fine.
comic book and you open up the front cover and see all the people whose work goes into making that 24-page comic happen. It's usually 5 to 7 people, sometimes more. But when you open our book, it's one, it's Lisa.
The idea for Hex 11 came into my head a long, long time ago.
While I was reading Harry Potter in bed. I finished the sentence for her because that's exactly what fucking happened.
For about 14 years of bouncing around in my head, I felt it was ready to be told. Hex 11 is the story of a world where magic has been discovered like it's a new technology and has created a lot of social disruption for the people.
I don't like that idea because magic is inherently not technology. Even if you try to make it technology, it's not tech. Like, do you know what, have you ever looked up technological in the dictionary? Like, technology in the dictionary? Like, these are not, like, magic can't be technology by definition. Anyway, I guess people like the idea of mixing magic and tech is fine. It happens all the time. It's fun and fantastic in comics. But this is just weird, this whole, like, we got magic and then it became our new tech. Like, what? So, like, it's our new email? Like, is it our new satellite? Is it our new satellite? Is there a magic satellite in the fucking sky? What's going on here? Anyway.
Who live in this world.
We've got the art, we've got the story. Well, we need a writer.
That's where I come in.
When Lisa sent me these characters,
Synchronize your MacBooks. We're oppressed. We're going to let the world know about it. Okay, everyone, sip your tea and let them know. Here's the thing. Like, they are pretending like they've been shut out of comics. Like, look at how easy it was for them to just say, like, over margaritas one day with cocaine all over their nose, hey, let's just drop everything and make comics, and I'll be your producer, and we'll hire a writer, and we'll just sit around in a cute little, like, you know, what looks like a frickin', West Elm catalog on our nice furniture in our comfy little cozy apartments, making a comic book. Like, dude, this is easy street for them. Like, why are they acting like it's so hard and oppressive? It's so weird. Anyway, once again, I'm really glad they're making comics. I'm not really down with the whole, like, we're women, so we're called Hex this, and our comic is called Hex that, and we're sitting around hexing, and behold our logo, it's a hex. Watch out. Like, I'm not really into it, but, like, each to their own, right? The attitude is what I don't like. The smug self-satisfaction, the we're disrupting the industry, watch out, we made a comic book. Like, just quit with it's because they believe that fake oppression shit, you know?
breakdowns, these world descriptions. As I was reading it, I think I actually whispered out loud to
That this is Harry Potter.
myself, oh my god, this is literally Harry Potter and Blade Runner.
I love being right.
She came into the fold and was able to then take these incredible characters and the scenario that Lisa had created and give them all individual voices. Those two together, it was magic.
It's actually been really inspiring to see women
Color
that are
assistant?
not
What? I thought this was a small, efficient team. An assistant on color? What? Your comic book is now not as efficient. I don't know why they think the number of people working on it makes a difference. I think that just shows that they are trying to market themselves in a way that is not like that they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to this aspect of comics, and they're trying to market themselves in a way that doesn't matter, and they don't realize that. Yeah, it's just weird.
Only interested in things that I'm interested in, but being very successful in producing some really beautiful work.
My hope always is they read these stories, identify with these characters, and then will go into their life feeling you don't need magic to do magical things.
We hope to inspire that people can find the courage in themselves to know that their story is good and it should be told.
That's not what your book's about at all. It is not. They always say that fake uplifting shit, like as if that sells. You know what I mean? It doesn't sell, but it will get you a nice video where you're talking over margaritas with cocaine on your nose in high definition. It'll get some crew to come out and film you. But, like, that's not what it's about. And these ideas that everyone's story is so important, like, it is. But, like, you're writing for fiction, man. Like, you're not, like, you're writing to entertain people. You're not supposed to be... Your story's important too. I bet you money if some homeless dude came to them and said, I have an amazing story to tell you and I want you to put it in Hex 11, they'd be like, please get off my doormat, you're making it smell. Like, I fucking guarantee you. Slay Queen. By the way, Shopify. Okay, that was it. So yeah, Hex 11 by some group called Hex Comics with an X. I've never heard of them. I've never seen their comic in a store. Supposedly they've disrupted the industry. If they had, I would have heard of them. I would see them in a store and I would hear people talking about them in the shops. About how disrupted we all got. Cramps. Go back to this cocaine shit right here. Or maybe let's go back to... Oh wait, I like the way her mouth opens. Like, I totally make a comic. Well, good for her, man. Like, I'm proud of her. Like, making a comic is hard and takes a lot of work, and she's made a bunch of comics. Like, that's awesome. And she's probably pretty happy because her Harry Potter dream has finally come true. I mean, that's all it is. It's Harry Potter where they're pretending like the magic is technology when it's not. Magic isn't technology. By definition, if it were technology, it would be called technology. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Vaughn. I run Rise Again Comics. I've been making some videos, making fun of dumb shit like this for a while. This is just another case of SJWs pretending that they are more important than they are for their own self-worth and satisfaction, and and they're making their shit, and they're more than welcome to. I'm proud of them for making their own stuff, but dude, don't come at me with this like attitude of like the industry's on fire because of that, and like you're so much more badass than you are, like until you got sales to show for it, right? Anyway, I'm making my own book. Yeah, we'll see if I can disrupt the industry, bro, with my book launching on Kickstarter in May. It's called Monster MD. A doctor to the local monsters loses his sidekick, Heidi, the amazing surgical assistant and invisible woman, to his nightmare, the masked madman who took his arm off and ruined his life once before. And we have to see if he's going to be able to stand up to him again to save her and keep working on the monsters and helping them out like he has been, or if he's just done, man. It's a pretty awesome story. It's the best thing I've ever made, with amazing art and colors and awesome letters happening as we speak. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. Please check the description for the link to sign up early so you can get that awesome, sweet ass tier that will be exclusive to the people who sign up. You know, you gotta sign up if you want the goods, kids.